I was building a house in the Epsilon. And I was on my way home from work one evening. And just on approaching Bagatelle, my vision went completely black. Couldn't see a thing. Everything was gone completely.
It was like Ikduma morning when I got off my bed and I opened up my eyes. I was in darkness. And all I say is, what is this?
Eris was a seamstress and Neville a contractor and draftsman when, for different reasons, the light went out from their eyes.
I was referred to an ophthalmologist to have a report done on my eyes. From there, I was on medication. And that was in June in 2019. And by August 2019, I was without sight. I was blind.
First thing it affected my peripheral vision. I realized there was like a flickering in my eyesight when I didn't have good eyesight. I used to get flickering in my eyes, and I was wondering, that's funny. Like if somebody in my eyes taking pictures with a flash camera. And I didn't pay it any attention. I just said it was funny. But as time went by, it began to appear more frequently, that flashing. So naturally I went to see my optician, ophthalmologist, I think optician, yeah. And he ran a series of tests. That is at his private clinic. And he couldn't find anything wrong with the actual eye of itself. He said everything is perfectly fine with the eyes. So he took me over to the hospital where they have additional tests for testing your eyes and so on, and evaluations. Identify a tumor in the middle of my head.
Regardless of the circumstance, having support to navigate the challenges of living with a disability is important. Some of that help is provided right here at the National Disabilities Unit through initiatives such as the Adjustment to Blindness program. That program helps persons modify their life to deal with their blindness with assistance from Adjustment to Blindness Officer Victorene Johnson, or Vicky, as she's affectionately called by her clients.
As a rehab officer, I try to get those that are vision impaired and blind back into society, work back into society. I train them in using the cane and daily lifestyles like in the kitchen, making up the beds, sweeping and mopping.
But even that is a process which takes time.
Some people learn faster than some, right? Some it may take you a little longer, and some not so long, right? With the younger people, a little quicker. It's be a little quicker. With the older ones, you have to go back over and over, till they actually get it. But they do.
Okay.
So, how does she do it?
I talk to them first, right? I just tell them, well, I know how you feel, right? I know it's a bit challenging, but as I talk to them, they get comfortable.
Since I met Vicky, it is wonderful. My first thing I told her is, I need to get back outside. I want to get back on the outside. So my first lesson with Vicky, we was on the outside, on the road. And so far, so good.
Normally, I give them remember what I told a starting point, right? And we start from there, and I show them how to use the sidewalk. If they're at a bus stop, if they're crossing the road, and normally, like, then we go into the house, we go into the kitchen, and I show them how to use certain things like the stove, the microwave, and stuff like that.
All right? Feel here. I place my leg right here. I average like that. The second knob is this. I reach for the second knob. I listen, turn and listen for the gas. And then I turn around and my kitchen is like, I can see. I didn't miss anything from doing anything in my kitchen. I didn't move anything. Everything stands the same way because I know where everything is. And I put my things where I can identify what they are. So it's no problem. I just come to grips and adjust myself to suit.
Neville Smith is also singing Vicky's praises.
I wouldn't swap her for nobody.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Adjusting in the home was pretty easy. The homes that I lived in the last couple of years, they don't do too much moving around with furniture, except the living room.
Changes to everyday living are also a reality blind persons face.
Sometimes we go inside dealing with their money, right? How to organize their money in their wallets. The coin, the chain is okay, but when it comes to like the $5 and $10 bills, and it could be a little challenging. So what I normally let them do is to fold their money to suit them and put it individually in different sections in their wallet, so they will know, well, in this section I have the 5s here, the 10s here, or the 20s there. So when they go and some person says they go to the supermarket and they want a 5, they take out the 5 from in that section. And I also teach them, like, when they go to the supermarket, to identify the different products, whether it be peas, canned things, like corned beef, tuna, and stuff like that.
The transition also has an impact on family members who also have to learn how to live with a blind relative.
Sometimes the family forgets that the person is blind, and sometimes they might put a chair in the way, or sometimes a table, and you have to tell them, remember, the person is blind. And if you move a chair or a table, you have to let them know that something is there. I put a chair there, right? So you have to go around the chair, right? Or don't put the chair at all, right? But some of the families, they do forget, and they might put the chair there, and then the person butts into the chair. Because they do. You walk and they butts into a lot of things.
Adapting to a disability affects all involved, those directly affected and their loved ones. However, having the right mindset and a strong faith are key to winning the battle.
You have to accept your disability first. When you accept that, then you move on from there. And don't look back. Just keep going forward. But you must accept that. Keep your faith high. And you will get through. Don't say anything is too hard. Just try, and you will succeed.
My confidence, overall confidence, really is in my God. Because I know He's a miracle-working God.